Greetings people, I'm in the Lake District, in Langdale and I'm at STICKLE Cottage. The sky's looking a bit moody, but the forecast isn't too bad. Anyway, I'm just about to embark hiking up STICKLE. I'm going to go to STICKLE TARN and then I'm going to end up scrambling up Jack's Rake. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so it took me about 50 minutes to get here, 45 to 50 minutes, and it's a nice breeze in the air. This is STICKLE TARN. It's really calm here, but I can feel a nice gentle breeze. That's Pavey Arc, and that diagonal line, I'm not sure if you can see it, but that's Jack's Rake, and that's what I'm about to scramble. So, just let me adjust my camera. Yeah, so what we're going to do, basically, is have a nice scramble up that, and then I'm going to scout around for a nice camp spot because I've got 2 bits of new gear. I did say on my last video that I was getting a DCF tent, so I've got one now. Never thought I'd get a DCF tent because I've always thought that the material, it's a bit on the see-through side, and I like dark tents. I like to be nice and dark when I'm inside. I always get a better sleep in a darker tent. But yeah, so I went for the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Mid 1, and the reason I chose that one instead of the Durston and some of the Bombfus ones and the Z packs is because I was very specific about what I wanted. I wanted a single pole tent. I wanted a T-door on the mesh. Basically what I wanted was the Lunar Solo, 6 Moons Lunar Solo in DCF, and I think that's what I've got. And as well as getting the tent, I've also got a DCF backpack on my back now. It's called it's a 35 litre Hyperlite Mountain Gear, and it's called I can't remember. It's a 35 litre anyway, and that's this is the smallest pack I've got because both my Z packs, one's 60 litre and one's 70 litre, and I was looking for something more compact and suitable for scrambles such as this one that I'm about to embark on. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the gear when I've done this scramble. And is there anything else I want to specifically talk about? No, I think that's it. So I'll see you when we get scrambling. I'm not sure if you're going to see it or not again because of the low light, but this is about as good as I can do in these light conditions. But yeah, it's that diagonal line there. Yeah, I forgot to mention as well, one of the reasons I chose this backpack was because I wanted, again I had specific requirements, I wanted something that could cope with 35 litres for summer use and scrambling, and I wanted a hip belt because there's that many options out there, and I really specifically wanted a hip belt because if you're going to be doing scrambling, you don't want your shoulders restricting. Like I've got this sternum strap which I'm going to clip on once I get going, but I like my shoulder strap loose so I can raise my arms above my head easy enough and move them out to the side and everything, and I wanted to rest the weight on my hips. So that's an important thing, important consideration if you're going to be doing scrambling, especially when you're carrying camping gear as well and overnight stuff. Yeah, so I just thought I'd tell you, because I know you're all going to say, oh well, you should have got the Atom this and what have you, but yeah, this weighs 600 and I think it's 40 odd grams. My tent, by the way, only weighs 450. It's amazing that, isn't it? Well impressed with that. Right, so I'll bring you back. I'm just having a look if there's anybody on there, because it's wise to wear a helmet when you're scrambling, and I haven't got one. So yeah, I'll bring you back in a minute. Just as I say, I've not brought a helmet. Look what the universe provides for me. A Nike hat. Right, I'm going to leave it here anyway. I know it's potentially rubbish, but there's also a chance that it might be valuable to somebody or have some sentimental value, so I will leave it there. And I'm going to probably come down that way tomorrow. So if it's still there, I'll grab it and leave it down on the path at the car park. Okay, it's just a footpath with fairly loose small chunks of string to this point, and this is where you can choose to go right up that gully up there, or where I'm going is left. towards that tree. It's a good view of STICKLE TARN and Lake Windermere in the distance. The views are starting to come now. Okay, just while it's on my mind, I'm going to do a video about these shoes. I know I've mentioned them before, the Dynafit Traverse, but to me, when you're doing things like this, these really come into their own. What you don't want to be doing when you're doing this kind of stuff with like water coming down rock is wearing trail shoes, because, so like see I'm standing on that there, we get a lot of grip from that, but you see that edge there, I can still feel that and use it. But if you've got like trail shoes in the wet, there's no way you can stand on stuff like that. The edges are just fall away. So yeah, I really rate these shoes, and I've got 3 different versions of them. But I will do a separate video, and because it probably makes more sense if you've got them in your hands and you can demonstrate the benefits of having a stiff, precise edge as you can when you're talking about it. Look at that now. How nice is that? I've just noticed these scratch marks, which makes me think it'll be a good challenge in winter conditions. So I've had to take my camera off my selfie stick here because it's a bit of a struggle trying to film with one hand and hold on with the other. So what I should have done really was put a helmet on and use my attachment thing, you know, to put my camera on. There's like a curved surface thing, isn't there? I should have done that really, because yeah, I can't really show you the grips and that. I mean, it's a grade 1 scramble at the end of the day, and so far I'd say it deserves that grade, because if you compare it to say the grade 1s in the Peak District, the sort of like more of a walk, aren't they really? Where this one you do need to use your hands. So yeah, plenty of holes though, but if I was to bring my 12-year-old granddaughter, I'd prefer to have her on the end of a rope, just because a lot of the rock is obviously polished by people, and water constantly you know, falling down after heavy rains and stuff. But yeah, but I'm sure she'd love this. I mean, she goes to the climbing wall, so this will be an absolute breeze for her. But yeah, it's definitely a grade 1 when you compare it to the likes of the ones in the Peak District. One thing with gullies as well, it's very easy to be tempted to go too deep inside them. And again, if you're wearing better quality shoes like I am, you can use your foot on the outside like I've just done there. Whereas if you've got floppy edges, you can't. Can you see like all these? These are good for my right foot. I'm just going to put the camera down a minute while I get over this bit here. See like there now. Definitely need a film crew, don't you, when you're doing stuff like this. Yeah, I haven't actually done this before, I watched a video last night with what's he called, Al, with the dog, blue dog, and he did it with his dog, so total respect to the dog, knows what he's doing. Apparently this Jack's Rake gets its name from a sheep herder or a climber. God knows what a sheep herder will be doing, bringing sheep up here. Definitely easier ways to the top, isn't there? Yeah, but it's good. I've enjoyed it so far. Not that tree behind it. I'm not really sure. View of Windermere now. Put my mic back on. Just realised my mic's not on. I'm going to have to attack this producer because my mic was on, but it was in my pocket. There's one that I've seen Dave Solo Summiteer do. I think it's called Litre, that one, on SCAFL. I'd like to do that next. But yeah, when you're doing these sort of things, you need to be making sure that if there's anybody above you, you know, you leave ample space in case they knock a loose rock off. And it's always good as well to bring one of these Israeli type bandages with you in case you get a head injury. But ideally you would be wearing a helmet, wouldn't you? So if I bring my granddaughter here, which no doubt I will, then I'll be treating her to a helmet. It's a good view down that wall. Which way did it go here? Assuming it goes that way. It's more like full on rock climbing that way. Look how calm STICKLE TARN is. I can feel the updraft where I am right now. But I'm glad, because I don't want it to be too still tonight in my new single skin tent, do I? I have got my Apex quilt with me to aid in what's it called, management, condensation management. Right, I'm going to need 2 hands here. Just bear with. bit of a pain actually, trying to do the filming, and a bit of a tight squeeze on this gully here. Some British hieroglyphics, Peter and Dave. There's definitely plenty of cramp on scratches. It'll be a bit dodgy after heavy rain, like I say, because this rock is like shiny marble in places. Probably a bivvy there. You'd want to be laid in though, wouldn't you? Make sure I'm going the right way, yeah. Oh no, it's that way. I wonder if it makes that much difference which way you go now. Looks a bit more challenging that way. We'll go that way. I'm gonna have to put you guys there a minute. Am I still filming? Yeah. Nice little move getting round there. Sorry, I've not been making the best of the filming, but like I said, it's not the easiest of tasks when you've got a camera in your hand, and you need both hands. Excuse me. I think I'm at the top now. Yeah, this is the top. I have camped up here before, so I recognise that. But yeah, that's the first time I've done jack rake. It was very nice. Right, I'm gonna start around, find myself a nice flat pitch, and then I'll do you the honours of checking out the Hyperlite Mountain Gear mid one and the pack. See you in a bit. Okay, I found my spot for tonight. This is the best pitch I've had since I've been back in the UK. It is amazing. I'm not even going to attempt to try and name anything, but I'm sure if Andy Beavers was there, he'd be rattling them all off. But yeah, what a place. Well, I know that's Lake Wyndham, and I know that's STICKLE Pike. Is that Sergeant something or other? I'm not sure. Or am I on? I'll have to look at my map in a minute on my app. But yeah, look at these peaks. This is fantastic. It's just a shame it's a moody, cloudy day, but there's a nice breeze. Yeah, and this is going to serve me well, I hope. If that cloud base doesn't drop, I should have a good night here. So yeah, so here's the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Summit 35. I'm going to say what it's calling it. So it's got hip belt pockets. It's got two pockets on the straps. I've got a little 350 water bottle in one and just bits and bats in the other. Yeah, so it's got a bar going down there. That gives it some, just let me unclip my camera. Thank God. Yeah, that gives it a bit of support. And it's got a bit of padding as well in there. But yeah, you know I'm a massive fan of the Z packs. But my back's alright, mind you. You know, so it's called a Waypoint 35. There you go. But yeah, massive pockets. So yeah, I think it's actually got some loops here that you can put the bungee cord through. But yeah, it's what I've been after. And like I say, I mentioned why I wanted something small, more compact and a bit durable for rubbing against rocks, doing gully climbing and stuff like that. So I'll fetch you back in a minute once I've pitched the Hyperlite Mountain Gear mid one. I might even film it. Okay, so let's have a go. Pitching the Hyperlite Mountain Gear mid one. That's the bag it comes with. Nice DCF bag. I've got 10 Easton pegs with me, so that should be enough. I've actually put on a very lightweight footprint that I bought off Valley and Peak. I've used it on the tents. I used it on my 6 Moons Lunar Solo. Hi mate. So Somebody else is up here. Several really flat spots around here. So I can see why it attracts people. It looks like he's got his camping gear with him as well. That's the good thing about these type of tents, is that they don't take much to erect. What I used to do with my 6 Moons Lunar Solo was just peg out the two rear corners like these two here, and then stick the pole in, and then I'd put the other ones in, but I'm not really sure which is the best way to do this, but we'll soon find out, won't we? Oh, by the way, you get a carbon fibre pole extension as well. So this pole here that I've got is a Leki, what's it called again? The Black Series carbon fibre. And this only goes up to 130, and they recommend 135 on the Hyperlite Mountain Gear website. So what I've also got with me as well is a couple of spare guys. Well, that's 130 that. And that seems alright. I suppose it depends on how much airflow you want to get underneath them, doesn't it? Oh, it's first, well, it's my second pitch, obviously, like I pitched it in my garden, but right, it doesn't look right at the back here. So what I'm gonna do is do what I did with my 6 Moons Lunar Solo, is take these out, these front ones, this is going to fall over now, and what I'm going to do is fully extend these two rear ones. That's more like it, I think. Yeah. It's more of a... But it's a lot better shape doing it that way. Yeah, that's what they recommend to pitch the 6 Moons Lunar Solo, is you just put the 2 back ones in, then peg this one out, and then you do the other ones. So this has got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's also got a thing on there, a tab, where you can put another guy line out, obviously, if you're expecting storm conditions. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, where did I put them? My spare guys, I'm sure they're in here. Ah, there they are. So I'll take one of them. Should have done this at home really, but so yeah, I'll thread that through there. If he says, there you go. I do like the cool branding it's got on this. Like just says Hyperlite Mountain Gear. Then you've got the whatever you call that thing there. Looking good. Get these vents open. This is another thing that persuaded me to, or influenced my decision. It's got these 2 vents there, and from what I've read, it really does aid airflow. That's what you want in it when you've got a single skin tent. 450 grams, eh? It's amazing, isn't it? And you've got these 2 guy lines at the rear. I don't think I'm going to need this carbon fibre extension pole. So how many pegs have I got in now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think I would have been better off bringing 11, because I've got these 2 rear guy points now, and what I'm going to have to do with these is use 1 peg on both of them. You'll see in a minute. Actually, you know what, I'm going to make these longer. I like that. back inside in a minute. Oh yeah, that looks good. Another thing that I liked about this tent was it actually has a double zipper, two-way zipper, so I can unzip it from the top, you know, like up here. There it is. Can you see? I'll just open it up and then I'll let you have a nosy. There you go. Right, you can have a nosy now. I'll take you around the outside first. Yeah, I should have brought 11 pegs. So what I've ended up doing is doubling them two up. But yeah, I like the look of it. So it's got a pocket down there. That's it really in the way of pockets. But like the Six Moons Lunar Solo, it's got that vent. So the idea of that is to keep the bugs out, and also that if it's if there's any condensation, it just runs down there and then goes on the outside. But this will form a better shape once I've got my matting. But yeah, there's a decent size vestibule for cooking in there. You've got like 2 feet across there. So yeah, I'll bring you back in a bit once I've got my stuff in. Okay, I'm unpacked now. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but my load today, minus my water, was 6 kilograms and 50 grams. Sorry, 50 milligrams and 6 kilograms. What's that? It's not 6.5, is it? It's 6.05. That's it. That's all it weighed. And then obviously, like I've got two 900 ml Ever-New water bottles, and then that other one there, plus that tiny one in my shoulder strap. So you could call it 2.5. So that's 6, 7, 8, 8.5 kilograms all in. So here's my layout. So you can see the vestibule's ample. That's the pack there. Inside the pack is my Enlightened Equipment overquilt, the Apex overquilt, and I've got leggings, my waterproofs, my Phantom hoodie and trousers, my Temras gloves, my emergency stuff, and socks, and the stuff that I hiked up in. So yeah, I've just got with me today Toaks 650ml mug with my what's it called, MSR whatever you call that, Windmaster, whatever it is, in there. And then I've got a sandwich, a roll, a wrap, and then I've got a mug shot and 4 Snickers and a selection of drinks ranging from my sleep tea to GYHLL to a coffee for the morning. I'm not a breakfast person, me, so I fast a lot. I only really eat 1 meal a day. So yes, that's it. So that weight included my pole and my selfie. So I just got interrupted there. My camera told me that my SD card's full. So I've switched over to the emergency one. Yeah, I don't know where I got to there. I think I was explaining my my food situation. Yeah, and I fast, so I tend to eat one meal a day, and I go all day without anything other than a couple of coffees. So yeah, so I'm on my Nemo Tensor Extreme conditions mat, my Cumulus 350 Xlite sleeping bag, and yeah, I've got the light AF mat underneath there, stop it sliding about. But look at the amount of headroom there. There's a good 2.5 foot from the top of that mat to there, but I'm going to centralise it, and then so my head and my feet don't touch the tent. So there you have it. So yeah, it's kind of a first impressions video really. I pitched it once to put the guylines on, just to have a check out and see if everything as it should be. I did have a bit of a problem with the mesh. I'll go into that in a bit more detail in another video, but it's been resolved now anyway. So yeah, see you later. Yeah, so I'll just give you a closer look at some of the finer details of this tent. So yeah, so there's the two-way opening zip, so you can open it from the bottom down there. Obviously the top there, you know, allows steam to escape if you're making a brew or whatever. Yeah, I'm loving these two air vents, one on either side of the peak. Then you've got this, that's the magnet, and then round this side you can see that there's like little guylines inside that secure the bathtub to that, and there you can raise and lower them depending if you want less airflow or not. But yeah, it's one thing that disappointed me was when I first got it and pitched it in the garden, there was a few, like, you see like this bit here, I've just seen that there, you see where my finger is there, that's a bit of DCF, and it's stuck. Yeah, I've come off now. But I had about 4 bits like that. I'll do that in, hang on, let me see. Oh yeah, it's on the thing. Yeah, I had about 4 bits like that, and I wasn't really happy because you think the quality control would have picked up that. And then also there was a bit of a problem with the mesh, so I'm not going to unzip it just yet, but there was a bit of like what you call a ladder. You know when you get a ladder in women's tights, there was a bit of that. And I pointed it out, and thankfully to Ultralight Outdoor Gear, they sent me some free mesh patches just in case, you know, it grows into a problem. And also they gave me 30 quid off another item that I ordered, which was the Hyperlite Mountain Gear 9 litre packing cell. So I was chuffed to bits with that. The customer service was absolutely fantastic. You know, they offered to swap the tents over, but I think I can live with it. But you can see how see-through it is, can't you? You can see the rucksack there. But yeah, time will tell if I like it or not. I mean, I absolutely loved the 6 Moons Lunar Solo. And this is like, I would say, a better ventilated type of tent than that, because in the 6 Moon Lunar Solo, the air vent was there and it was quite big, and sometimes in driving rain it kind of got through that, but these are at a steep enough angle where I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, it's a great space, plenty enough for one person, and like I say, this is going to be my summer tent. It was purchased specifically for replacing the 6 Moons Lunar Solo. I mean, it's not really stealthy at all, is it? But hopefully that'll aid in deflecting some of the late evening sun that it's going to encounter. So yes, so far so good. Making a quick brew. fantastic spot this is. Yeah, I'm just going to get a cup of chocolate down my neck, and then start thinking about what I'm going to have for tea. Well, it's a case of a wrap and a mugshot. Not a lot to choose from, is there? Yeah, I enjoyed the route up here. It's just a shame the sun wasn't out and the light quality wasn't a little bit better. But you can't win them all, can you? Yeah, I was contemplating going to the Peak District, but I looked at the usual weather apps, and this looks like the better option. So it's an extra hour and a half drive for me to come here. But I really do I need to start coming up here more often. It's a lot more, well, it's absolutely spectacular, isn't it? Right, I'm going to drink this and then have a bite to eat, and I'll show you what the tent looks like at night. So one thing as well, it's a very minimalist tent this, so there's not even a spot to hang a lamp. So what I've done is I put my lamp on the top inside zipper thing, because even the mesh has got two-way zippers, so the loop in that thing there, I've just used that to clip my lamp on. So I'll see you in a bit. Just chilling out, admiring the tent, and I've just noticed that. So that seam tape is not, it's not glued on. And then it's the same here. Don't know if it's picking it up, but that can't be right, can it? Should I be concerned? I think I should, because they're sewn seams, aren't they? But that goes all the way down, and then in the other corner, so that first one I just shown you up there, it's the same down here. Well, I hope it doesn't rain tonight. Yeah, that's all the way, that. I did say there was them like sticky bits knocking about, and I'm sure it's not been quality controlled. You wouldn't send a tent out like that, would you? Or I wouldn't have expected that anyway. Yeah, I'll have to call Ultralight Outdoor Gear tomorrow and explain to them. I mean, they have already offered me a replacement because of the mesh, but I said no. But I do love the tent though still, and I'm very impressed with the space, etc. But I'm not happy about the seams. So yeah, hopefully they'll sort it for me. Right, it's 10 to 8 now, and the clouds started to shift. and the wind's dropped a little bit, and I'm praying it doesn't rain, because I've just noticed them loose seam tapes. So yeah, hopefully I won't be getting dripped on. Yeah, what a beautiful night. Keep forgetting this, don't I? Promised to not forget that, didn't I? Right, I'm just having my mug shot, my chicken curry mug shot, followed by my Snickers, and then washed down with me Twinings sleep tea. Yeah, really enjoyed today. It's still light, isn't it? It's 10 to 9 now. So what I've decided, because I've got a head torch and I've got the light on my watch, I'm not going to bring my what's it called, my Goal Zero tent lamp next time. So I wanted to get under 6 kilograms, didn't I? So I'm at 6 kilograms 0.050, so the extra 50 grams I'm going to lose, and I'll be inside my 6 kilogram mark, because that weighs 80 grams. So yeah, then I would have reached my target weight. Just another thing and all, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, I might have done in one of my other videos, but when you're listening to people talking about their gear weighs, you know, whatever, you really have got to remember your personal sizes, because like what I do, me, so I've got a 45 inch chest and I'm 5'10", and what I prefer is quite loose fitting clothes. So especially my down jacket, I want to be able to get at least 2, maybe 3 layers underneath it. Like right now I've just got a Senchi and a thin breathable top over the top of my Senchi and this, but my shell, I always get like 2 sizes bigger so it doesn't compress the down. So obviously when you're going for bigger sizes, you're going to be carrying more weight, aren't you? So if someone's saying that they've got a pack weight of say 5 kilograms, for example, you have to bear in mind their personal measurements, don't you? Because hopefully someone's smaller and lighter, well, smaller in volume, then they're going to have smaller sizes, which will be lighter gear, won't it? So yeah, it's just something to bear in mind, because if you try to get your weight down and everything you've got is XXL, then you're going to get frustrated when you see people like me saying that my weight is such and such. But honestly, I really think that, especially for the older fellas and women, getting your pack weight down just makes such a big difference. I mean, literally up until, 5 years ago or something, never thought about getting me leisure backpack weight down. I mean, obviously, like when I was in the army, the amount we had to carry was ridiculous. You know, if you just think, if you're going on exercise for 2 weeks, just think what 200 rounds weighs, and then 2 weeks worth of food. That's without everything else. Like in my job, I was a forward observer, so we'd have like personal binoculars, sometimes telescopes. We'd have this thing called Otis. I mean, this is all old stuff now, it's not around anymore, but Otis was Observer's thermal imaging system, and that was huge, and it came with big batteries. Laser target marker, again huge, with massive big batteries. I think each battery must have been half a kilo, maybe a kilo, I'm not sure. But by the time them Bergens was loaded up, and if you're going out for 2 weeks, you literally had to lie on your back, get your arms in the straps, roll over into the press up position and stand up, and you more or less had your own body weight on your back. So like I say, that's my background. Plus I've obviously been a climber and stuff like that. But now, since I've had my couple of bad accidents and I've had a problem with my hip, which touch wood, it's really getting there now. I'm even considering starting climbing again. But anyway, I've had to make a lot of changes. I've had to do a hell of a lot of self-rehab, as well as paying a lot of money to go and see chiropractors, osteopaths, physios and stuff like that. And also I've actually got a qualification now, level 3 sports massage therapist, because I just wanted to know my body in a bit more detail and know how to heal myself. So obviously, I've ended up doing this course. It was mostly online, but it's just taught me a lot. And then I've watched endless amounts of videos on YouTube to try and rehabilitate myself, and I've got myself there, thankfully. It's took years, but it's been worth it. And like I say, having light gear now, it just makes life so much better. Especially in recovery and stuff like that, because when you've been out carrying 20 kilos, 22 kilos or whatever, at my age, recovery is not what it used to be when I was in my 30s and 40s. So, I'm reaping the benefits of having spent this money to get my gear down. But be warned, if you go light, it's not cheap. You might have to get rid of the missus or the dog, get the kids adopted, whatever, but it's worth it. No, never sell your kids. Right, I'm going to enjoy my soup, and then I'm going to neck my Snickers and wash it all down with my sleep tea, and then I'll probably flake out. I really wanted to show you what the tent looked like with the light on when it's dark, but the way it's going to be dark for probably another hour and a half, and I'll be in a land of nod by then.
So I'll see you in the morning. Good night, good morning, people. It's exactly 5:30. I'm gonna put my coffee on now. Well, it was absolutely silent last night, not a breath of wind at all. I had to use my cloth this morning, so my bag is bone dry, but I had my EE Apex quilt over me, so that absorbed any moisture, and I've given me 10 to wipe over with my magic cloth and bone dry. So all's good, and well, all's good apart from the seams, but I'm going to get down early because when I pulled up in the car park outside the old Dungeon Guild yesterday, hang on, I better turn it off a minute. I was given a ticket off a friendly motorist, so it saved me £8.50, but I just need to be down before 9 o'clock. So that'll be good, yeah. And then I'm going to get on the phone to Ultralight Outdoor Gear and explain the situation. Like I say, there was brilliant last time, you know, when I pointed out that there was a few sort of like bits and bats stuck to the fly that was difficult to remove. Plus then there was this ladder in the mesh. Actually, the ladder's decreased a lot because they told me that they was advised by Hyperlite Mountain Gear to give it a bit of a stretch in all directions and it'll close it up, and it did, but it's not closed it perfectly, but it's been a big improvement. So yeah, I'm gonna put a bit too much water in there, haven't I? Yeah, I've got lots of faith in them dealing with this situation effectively. Like I say, they sent me a return label last time, and told me to send it back, but I wanted to keep it because I just put my guylines on and what have you, and then tied this very thin ground sheet to protect the bathtub underneath it. But yeah, I'll see what they say. I mean, I'd be happy if they sent me out the glue. And I glue it myself, although I shouldn't have to, but I've seen sealed tents plenty of times before. Saying that though, I don't know the integrity of the stuff or the work that's been done. Maybe Hyperlite Mountain Gear have had got someone new doing the job. God knows, I don't know. I don't know a great deal about Hyperlite Mountain Gear other than the bits and pieces that I've read and the videos that I've watched. So yeah, there's no cloud, there's no clag. I'll let you have a look round in a minute. And then I'm gonna, as I'm looking down out towards Lake Windermere and over STICKLE TARN, I'm gonna take the left-hand route and go down that way. But I'm definitely gonna come to lakes more. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna try and do 2 and 3 days at a time here, because it's a bit of a long way for an overnighter. Plus there's the cost of the fuel as well, isn't there? But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed myself. Obviously I've had good conditions as well. Light quality wasn't the best yesterday, but at least it wasn't raining. Just crank that up a bit. By the way, if you buy Toaks mugs, it's worth buying a pack of heat shrink, putting it over your handles and that bit there, so you can handle them without getting your hands burned. Right then kids, I'm gonna drink this and get an early dart. So I'll give you a look around. Not bad at all, eh? Right, see you in a bit. A bit of frost there on the inside of the tent at the foot end. Must have got down to 0 last night. Okay, I'm gonna leave you here with this amazing view, and if you've got this far, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Checking out my new skills with the time lapses and stuff like that. Getting better. All I need to do now is add a bit of music. Okay, right, so I'll give you a quick 360 and then I'm going to get off. What an amazing morning this is. Got various valleys with inversions lifting as this sun burns it off. But yeah, what a superb morning. I've had a great one. Like I said, thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. All the very best. God bless.